Good morning, class. Happy Wednesday. Today we got expository text. Remember, as we learned yesterday, expository text is facts, 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 lots and lots of facts. We also have some text features. The text features for this week are headings, as well as pictures or illustrations with captions. Today's story might gross you out just a little bit. Now remember, facts, stories, expository texts are nonfiction. So these are true. And we're going to see wonderful adaptations about God today in the form of gross spiders. Yeah, about spiders. Look at that spider. I would not want to meet that guy in my bedroom. That's called the Goliath bird eater, tarantula. He likes to stay near his burrow on the rainforest, far, far away from us, rainforest floor. It waits for prey to come close enough to grab. Now, some spiders spin webs, but this guy doesn't. He waits for spiders to come along. Now, I don't know if you know about what you know about tarantulas, but tarantulas are poisonous. They will inject venom into their prey to kill them. Well, let's read about spiders today. Before we do that, we have two assignments. A little bit later in the second video, I'm going to teach you our last objective for the day, which is about using prefixes. Now, we've studied prefixes once before. The prefixes that we are going to study today are on, and dis, and re. Okay? We're going to study those a little bit later. And your assignment would be page 87. Now, that's one choice. Or today I made a special assignment just because I think God's creation are so amazing. I want to read this to you because if you want to do this one, you can pause my video during our story and do this one as we go. Here it comes. It says, name 3 spiders in our story. There's a whole bunch of them, but name just 3 of them. And give the adaptation that God gave them to help them survive in their environment. Tell how the adaptation is helpful for survival. So if you don't want to do this prefix one, you think you got prefix handled, you could throw that one away. Then this one would be your assignment. If you don't care to do this one, then go ahead and on my second video, watch how to do this one. Okay? Fantastic. Let's go. Spiders by Nick Bishop. Some spiders are as small as sands of grain. Grains of sand. The biggest, the Goliath bird-eater tarantula from South America is as big as the page of this book. This big a spider. Ew, gross. At first, you might confuse them with insects, but it is easy to tell the difference. Insects have 6 legs, spiders have 8 legs, and spiders never have wings. Now, some insects have wings, some don't, like ants don't, but some insects, like flies, do. Spiders have 8 legs. A spider's body has 2 main parts. Now remember, that's our heading, so everything back is going to point back to that. The back part is called the abdomen. This contains the heart, which pumps pale blue blood, yes, blue, and the spinnerets, which make silk. The front, or the head part, is called the cephalothorax. It has the spider's legs, eyes, fangs, brain, stomach, and 2 short arms called pediphylids. I'm not sure I pronounced that one right. Which a spider uses to hold its prey. All right, so let's take a look at it. Here's the back part. It's got the spinnerets where it spins or shoots its silk from. It also has got the heart. Here comes the brain and the 2 little arms in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spiders, or 8 legs for the spider. Here comes the caption. The green lynx spider is perfectly camouflaged when it hides among leaves waiting to pounce on insects. The long black spines on the legs are thought to help it trap its prey. So it look like little needles coming off of its legs, and when it takes its legs around its prey, then it's thought that those needles help catch it. Whew. Now you notice that this is a spider here, and this here is a bee. This is the black widow spider. This is the first one that I'm going to write about. I chose to do this new fun assignment today, so I'm going to put the black widow there. I'm going to come up with maybe 2 or 3 adaptations here if I can. I'm going to read the caption first. A black widow spider has just caught a wasp in her web. She will feed once she has wrapped it safely in silk. One of the adaptations is black widows. I think it said wrap? Yeah, wrap. Wrap their prey in silk. Now you know why they do that, right? So it can't get away. Sometimes you see these insects on a spider web and they're struggling and struggling and struggling, and then the spider comes and wraps them all up. Spiders eat in an unusual way. They don't chew and swallow their food like you do. They drink it. First, the spider stabs its prey with its fangs and injects poisonous venom to stop it from moving. Yikes, that sounds vicious. All right. Black widows inject venom into its prey to stop it from moving. Can't wait to see what happens. Then it dribbles digestive juices on its meal. This turns the animal's insides into soup. Ew. So the spider can slurp them out. Oh, that sounds so disgusting. Afterwards, all that's left of the prey are empty bits of skin and some wings. Ugh. Turns prey into soup and drinks it. Gross. I mean, I love soup, but I'm not sure I like bee soup. All right, so I got 3 different things here about the black widow, and I wrote them down. Now, if you were going to summarize this and tell your mom, hey, Mom, I learned about a black widow today. Did you know that it injects venom and then turns the insect into soup and then slurps it up? That's a good summary. It might gross your parents out, but that's what it is. All right, so we see the legs, again, of it, and the black widow. Now, notice that red spot on it. A lot of people think that that red spot would indicate that it is poisonous. Remember, sometimes poison things have these bright colors on them. God was pretty amazing. I had these peppers growing in my garden this year, and some of them were red and some of them were orange. The orange ones were called habaneros, and I told my kids, don't touch those. They're so hot. If you touch the habaneros and then you touch like an opening like your nose or your mouth or your eye, it'll sting really bad. Well, notice they weren't green, right? The green peppers, even though some of them are a little hot, not like the habaneros on fire. And so the same thing with some insects. All right, well, let's keep going. Now, I did one, the black widow. If you choose this time, you got to do 2 more, but I'm not going to stop my video to do it with you. All right, most spiders have 8 eyes. Did you know that? 8 eyes and 8 legs on a spider. That'd be confusing if I had 8 eyes. So they can look several ways at once, but a spider cannot see as clearly as you. Their eyes are usually very small and simple. Spiders will notice if something moves nearby, but they often cannot see shapes very well. A few spiders have no eyes at all. They live deep inside caves where it is completely dark at all times, but they have no trouble catching prey. That's because spiders have other amazing senses to rely on. I don't know what these senses are, but I think the caption hopefully is going to tell me about these things here. The long-jawed spider is a web builder. It gets its name from the very long jaw that holds the 2 thin fangs, which you can see folded underneath. Here's the long jaw, and there are the fangs. Yikes! Looks kind of scary. Would not want to get bitten by that one. Good picture of its 8 eyes, though. Let's keep going. Maybe you want to write about that one. Here's another beautiful one. If spiders can be beautiful. A spider does not have a nose or ears, at least not like you do. Even so, it has extraordinary senses all over its body. Take a close look. You will see this spider is covered with hairs. Many of these sense touch. vibrations, and sound. Look at all those hairs everywhere on this spider, and those can be its sensing. Hairs on the spider's legs can sense the sounds of a flying insect. Other organs on the feet can smell and taste things just by walking on them. Could you imagine if human beings could smell with their feet? You'd probably wash your socks a lot more often than, oh my goodness, I worked out and I got some sweaty, stinky feet and my feet can smell it? It's bad enough when my nose can smell it. How'd you like to have your nose on your feet in those smelly socks? Okay, well that's the sense that animal adaptation that God gave spiders. A spider can even recognize the taste of its own silk by touching it. I don't know how scientists figured out that. That's amazing. This huntsman spider is beautifully camouflaged on the rainforest leaf. Hairs on its body and legs will sense the vibrations made by the footsteps of an approaching insect. Whew. Yikes. That one looks kind of scary. Looks like it had some old legs here and some fresh legs. Let's find out what this guy's doing. Check out the picture. Check out the caption. A cobalt blue tarantula has to roll on its back to molt. It is pulling the old skin off of its legs. Its new fangs are pure white, but will turn dark later. What? Spider's skin is made of tough stuff called chitin. It is the spider's personal body armor as well as its skeleton. Spiders don't have bones inside their body for support. Their hard skin is like a skeleton they wear on the outside, kind of like a big suit of armor. It protects and supports their spider's body. This hard skin does not stretch, so a spider must molt now and then as it grows. The spider finds a safe place and then slowly squeezes out of its own old skin. Can you imagine that? Now, a lot of times we think of snakes shedding their skin. Spiders do the same. It can take an hour and is very stressful. The spider must even shed the skin covering its eyes and the inside of its mouth. Afterwards, its new skin is damp and soft like putty. The spider rests until the new skin dries and hardens. What an amazing animal adaptation. If I was doing this assignment, I would definitely write about this guy, this blue tarantula. Up to you, though. You choose whichever three you would like. Silk is the secret of spiders' success. Spiders make several different types, which can be sticky, stretchy, strong, or fluffy. Each has a special use for making egg sacs, wrapping prey, building webs, or making drag lines that the spider trails as it walks along or jumps. Silk is made by the spinnerets on the spider's abdomen. Liquid thread comes out of dozens of tiny nozzles and turns solid as the spider pulls them. Is that the craziest thing? A dozen different spinnerets. Check them out down here. Look at them. There's all sorts of them, and it's shooting all sorts of strands of this silk. Spider silk is an amazing substance. It can be stronger than steel and can stretch twice its own length. Best of all, it is recyclable. What? A spider can eat its silk when it's finished with it. Oh, that sounds crazy. We have a spider web. It did its job, and now we got to fix up the spider web. So what are we going to do? We're going to eat the old one and recycle our silk. The black and yellow garden spider will use its legs to turn its prey as it wraps it with silk from its spinnerets. So it's using the legs and it's turning it and it's shooting the silk on it and wrapping it all up. Looks like dinner. All right, orb web spiders. Spider webs are made of silk. Some webs look like an old tissue paper draped on hedges. Others hang in messy tangles in the corner of your garage. But the best known is the orb web with its wonderful spiral of sticky threads. A large orb web may contain more than 100 feet of silk thread and can take about an hour to build. Most spiders build their webs at night, working by touch. Once finished, the spider sits in the middle or at the edge and holds the web so it can feel the vibrations of a trapped insect. If the prey is a dangerous wasp, the spider may cut it free. Otherwise, it wraps the prey in silk and bites. That's a beautiful web. See how it goes around and around and around like that? Orb web spiders have special claws. Claws now this guy has. And non-sticky feet so that they can walk on their webs without getting stuck. That's what happens because these spider webs are sticky. The insect flies on there and then it gets stuck there. Well, this guy doesn't get stuck there because it has special feet. That was our last one. Okay, so if you chose this assignment, you may finish this up by picking 2 more, or 3 if you didn't pick the Black Widow. Put your name on there, and you're done, and then this one you could throw away. If you're not, stay tuned for the second video, and I'll give you some help with this one.